And Corey Hart joins me now. Hello.
How you doing?
I'm doing very well. What was going on in your life and in your career in those years in the early 90s when we didn't hear so much from you?
I was really taking stock of my life and what I do. I had recorded 6 albums in the 80s, and I had toured extensively around the world, and I really just needed to catch my breath and reflect if I wanted to continue doing it. And when time came from the record company to go in and record another album, I didn't have any material, and I just put things at bay for a while, and it ended up taking a few more years than I thought before I got back.
What was that period like, the 80s, that frantic, frenzied success?
They were strange days. They were wild. I look back on those days with a lot of fondness. But they were crazy, you know. Some of those years were very frenetic, and there's no real schooling for it, you know, to teach you how to deal with it, and just try to learn the best I could on the job.
So what brought you back into the recording studio?
I wrote some new songs, the songs that are on this new record, and I felt compelled to release them and continue my journey in music.
It says on the inside jacket of the CD that you went through a period of great personal change. What kinds of things went on?
Well, one of the personal changes I went through was that I had stopped recording and I had stopped writing, and I also went through a breakup of a relationship I'd been in for a number of years, and it also was a time in which I started a new relationship and I became a dad for the first time. That's enough to write songs about, I think.
How do you like being a dad?
I love being a dad. I love it. I can't recommend it highly enough.
How has being a dad affected either your career or your music, or the way you approach the business now?
Well, I mean, in my life, outside of my career, and I guess it involves my career, I mean, my child is my priority, and nothing else I won't allow anything else to ever jeopardize that and the time that I want to spend with her. But as far as music is concerned, you know, I'm very familiar with the Sesame Street catalog right now, and Barney and Rupert and the rest of the gang.
Well, are you going to start touring again soon?
I'm going to tour in September, October.
How do you feel about that?
Well, I did a little mini tour of Canada in this past winter, and it was my first tour in about 10 years. So I'm excited. It's been wonderful to go out and play the old songs, play the new songs from this record, and meet my fans again.
Will it be any different touring as a family man now?
Well, it probably, we did a little mini tour, so it wasn't, after a month it didn't really have an effect on me. But I mean, if she keeps me up most of the night, my shows will probably suffer at the end, but tough.
So you'll go with the family?
Yeah, you bet.
Did you know that you have, as well as your official Corey Hart Sony website, there is also an unofficial website? Are you
actually, just recently someone put up the what's from the internet, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was familiar that there was a couple of websites on there.
Yes, already updated as your morning progressed today. We checked in. Amazing.
And what are
They're
they saying?
You.
They know what I'm doing?
Oh, they know exactly where you are every day. In fact, it mentions in your press package that you are a very private person, and I wonder how do you deal with all of the publicity, the interviews, the questions? For a private person, that seems like an ordeal.
It seems like a contradiction, right?
Quite.
Yeah. I guess I'm just a walking paradox. I don't know. I do the best I can, you know. I think that in terms of my music, if I write about something, it's my responsibility to talk about it if I'm writing about a personal subject matter. And, you know, I consider myself really lucky to do something that I love so much and to have, you know, built a life around it. And I won't ever sit here and complain about the perils of the press and all that stuff, because musicians have it pretty easy.
Do you ever marvel at the effect you can have on a room when you walk in and people go, I mean...
I marvel at Colleen, actually.
Carlene is marvelous, so there you go. So when can Nova Scotians perhaps see you again performing?
I may be back September 1st. For a show out at the Citadel. It's not confirmed yet, but I may be doing that show, and hopefully if things work out, I'll be there.
Great. Well, thank you so much for coming in, and
thank you.
Great to see you back.
Thank you very much.